So this might be one of the wildest police chases that I've seen in a long time. Downtown Los Angeles, California, right? So you know it's already a bad situation because I always tell you got to have the big three. You got to have the power, you got to know where you're going, and you got to have the gas. Power and the gas were not a problem. Dodge Challenger Hellcat wide body, it may be a red eye, I don't know. Plenty of gas in the tank, does not run out of gas, but they're in downtown Los Angeles, California, so you know that they're going nowhere fast. The interesting part is there were no cops chasing them, just a helicopter. And the video gets even crazier than that because even though he started in a Hellcat Challenger, that's not the car that he finished the chase in. Let's go ahead and get into it.
You can see just how dangerous this is getting, going the wrong way here on Alameda. Now, this has been a very dangerous pursuit throughout. However, they have given the go-ahead for a pit maneuver if they have the opportunity to even re-engage this pursuit.
So notice something. As we start this chase, notice there are no police units following this car at all. Just a helicopter. That's literally the whole video. You won't see one single cop chasing any of these cars. Just the helicopter. That may be a Los Angeles thing, I don't know. But I just thought that was interesting. Let's get back to it.
Right now, they have not re-engaged the pursuit. They're having trouble just trying to catch up with the suspect as he continues down Alameda. He's been kind of reversing course here and zigzagging his way through South LA, but you can see just how busy it is on a Friday evening as he tries to negotiate this intersection with lots of cross traffic. You can see the two-tone, it's a Dodge Challenger. Dodge Challenger, you know. I think it's a Dodge, Dodge, I have Dodge Challenger.
It's a Dodge Challenger, obviously.
He is flying, Mark, just flying the wrong way. Yeah, he's having a hard time maintaining control at these speeds. A lot of hard braking as he approaches traffic at many of these intersections. Another busy one right there, right through it with lots of traffic there. You saw some.
See, that's the thing about doing a chase in downtown. You got all this power, all this speed, but traffic, and we're talking about what, one-way, two-way streets at some point. I don't think he gets over 110 miles an hour in this video at all. You know what I mean? And it's hard to get away from anybody when you can't even do over 110.
Somebody trying to turn there. He is going about 70 to 80 miles per hour down Alameda.
70 to 80 miles per hour.
For a good few minutes here, and that may provide them with an opportunity for a spike strip, but you can see there's just so much traffic in the area, it's going to be very difficult to set up for that. But at the very least, they can at least get units ahead of him and try and plan accordingly. It's a very difficult pursuit for LAPD, especially at these speeds. Again, he is flying down Alameda, heavily tinted windows. We do not know how many people are inside that vehicle, but they do have tactics at their disposal if they can get units in position. Right now, it's really up to the air unit to call out the location and then get those. Look at this! Oh, lots of close calls here. I mean, this is just unbelievable.
So you heard what he said. All they're going to have is air units. They're not even bothered with ground units. They're not going to have people chasing him in downtown Los Angeles. At this point, they're just going to rely on the air, right? They're not even going to waste time having people actually chase him. Let's move ahead a little bit.
Down, despite all of the traffic, and the amount of traffic that he's encountering is remarkable. You would expect sections.
All right, so look what he does here. We always talking about going ghost and turning your headlights off. It's not enough just to turn your headlights off. You got to make sure that your DRLs are off as well.
It's busy intersections as he continues down Alameda Street.
Look at him. Look at him flipping his headlights off, turns his headlights off, but he's still on the brake, so obviously you're going to see the brake light. But look at the front. You can still see his DRLs, daytime running lights. So in that situation, if you know that you're going to go completely ghost, you got to go completely ghost. You got to go into your settings and turn off the DRLs. And I imagine he probably forgot that being in a police chase, but you know, whatever. Then he turns his headlights back on.
Units in the area that are prepared to intercept this pursuit.
Look at it.
And so right now,
nothing but traffic. You can't go anywhere.
We do have LAPD's airship calling it out, but putting this in tracking mode has not worked to their benefit, and it has not had the desired effect of calming this driver down or taking any of the pressure off.
And see, look at this chase. The highest miles per hour that you see him getting to is like 55. 55 miles per hour, you're not going anywhere.
Driving tactics have been extremely reckless, extremely dangerous, regardless of who's behind him.
In this section here, he really could have lost him. If he had killed his lights, he really could have lost him. Look.
Another intersection as he continues much slower now for the first time.
See, the helicopter starting to lose him.
Maybe 15, 20 miles per hour down that street there, and whereas there's obviously much less traffic. We'll see if he's looking for another major here or if he starts to speed up down 81st Street. But right now, we are negotiating with LAX's air traffic controls. We come through the right turn there, that's Avalon Boulevard, and he's slowing down a little bit. You can see the driving behavior.
Let's move forward.
But right
now, look, they lost him. They have completely lost him at this point. Look.
Now we don't see, still at this point, no sign of any black and whites in the area.
Nope. No cops in the area. No cops in the area.
Is he over to the... Yeah, this is very tough. We're going to go ahead and pan over to the right a little bit, Brian. Over to the right. Nope, a little more. There he is. There he is. That's him. That's him. That's him.
You see, they lost him. He could have been gone if he was smart.
Here he goes. Off to the races now, northbound San Pedro Street.
Got him.
He's on the correct side at this moment. He's dragging something, it almost looked like there for a second. Another busy intersection in the oncoming lanes, making a left turn on Florence Avenue, just trying to squeeze through any cars. I mean, there were cars going in all different directions in that intersection. He was able to manage to kind of weave his way through here. He's done that numerous times in the past 15 minutes. I mean, this is just so scary, the way he's driving.
This dude is all
driving. I cannot.
Let's fast forward a little bit more. Now he's really gone. Like, you can't see him at all. Can't see him at all.
Now he is continuing northbound Main Street into the downtown area here in the next mile or so.
He's doing 30 miles an hour at this point in a police chase.
Hard time getting units behind her, especially with all of the traffic. The traffic is...
No cops on the ground whatsoever. No units are chasing him. It's just a helicopter. And it's not even a police helicopter. This is the ABC News helicopter.
A real issue tonight on all of these surface streets. You can see every turn he makes almost. You're seeing a lot of volume, an occasional straightaway here, and that just gives him an opportunity to go even faster. So if they can get somebody behind him, maybe they can cut him off at one of these intersections and just kind of slam up against that back bumper. But, you know, the pit maneuver, while it's been authorized, is really not even a factor at this point, and really neither is a
So look, as he's going underneath the highway, overpass, and look what happens next.
The 110 freeway, looks like he might be on Slauson there, going to come out the other side. Is he going to come out the other side, or will he keep going? There, no. He did not come out. He did not come out. No. Did he?
Exactly.
Foot bail? Did he foot bail? That's the question. It has not come out. Confirmation, this car has not come out, at least not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Under the freeway, we're going to come around the other side of the freeway here. You can see units making their way under the freeway. At least they're in the area here. The vehicle may have been dumped under the freeway. I saw somebody...
The car stopped under the freeway. Nowhere to be seen. Right? No ground troops on the ground. Nothing but the ABC News helicopter.
Flying out the other side, but that may have been a different vehicle.
Let's fast forward.
Unfortunately, we can't...
See, now they've got cops on the ground. Literally on the ground, walking, trying to find out what happened to this car.
Can't get much closer. These are pedestrians. I don't think... those are cops. They are cops, and they are running back towards their vehicles under the freeway. He may be stuck in traffic as he tries to... Stand by. Hoover and Slauson. Hoover and Slauson. He was just spotted at Hoover and Slauson. They're trying to make their way over there.
So they're saying he was spotted on a whole nother street in a whole nother area in a different car altogether. Let's fast forward. And guess what car they found him in?
Behind us. Over here. Over. Right out my left window, guys. Right out my left window. There he is. They're focusing on that red car right there. And we'll go ahead and confirm the make and model of that vehicle here in just a second. But they are focusing on that red car right there. That looks like a Chrysler. It's a Chrysler 300.
He hijacks a Chrysler 300. He goes from a Hellcat Challenger to a Chrysler 300 5.7.
Not a Dodge Charger. It's a Chrysler 300 that they are now after. You can see the night sun from LAPD up above. Those units that you saw back there at the 110 were trying to get back to their vehicles and now kind of weave their way down here. We'll see what the driving is like here, but right now he is going about the speed limit on Hoover Street.
So what he's doing is he's doing the speed limit. He's trying to blend in. He's trying to make it look like he's just a part of normal traffic. And they know that it's him. They know that he ditched the Challenger Hellcat and hijacked somebody else's 300. But he's trying to blend in during the speed limit and everything.
All eyes on him. We'll see if this is indeed him. They have good information to believe that this may be that suspect. But judging from the driving here, this just seems almost too composed compared to what we were witnessing just a few minutes ago. He could be. Very possible. Well, here comes LAPD. Here comes LAPD. They've got their eyes on him. They've got their light on him. And we'll see if this is indeed that suspect. He may be trying to blend in here, but they have found him. And we'll see if it is indeed the suspect. The LAPD now pulling up from the left and the right. Officers out of their vehicles with their guns drawn. The driver cooperating.
He's cooperating because he's trying to blend in. Long story short, they put him and the passenger on the ground.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then, of course, it's a wrap. But that was wild, you know? In this case, this one was funny because he had the power, he had the gas, but he didn't know where he was going. Or maybe he knew where he was going, but he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Downtown Los Angeles, I would imagine any time of day, any time of night, downtown Los Angeles is booming. Like it's 4 o'clock traffic anywhere else in the world. You know, it's Los Angeles. Come on now. So, I mean, it was just crazy. It was crazy to think that for him to think that he could get away in downtown Los Angeles. One thing that I did notice is that they had no ground units whatsoever chasing him at any point during the chase up until the end when he was in the red 300. They had no ground units. I've never seen a police chase like that. Normally, they will dispatch the ground units, and by ground units, I'm talking about, you know, the cars, the Explorers, the Crown Vics, the Chargers, whatever they're using in that department, LAPD. But I saw none of them throughout the race. Like no ground units, no ground troops, nothing. It was all helicopter. And the footage that we're looking at now is the ABC News helicopter. Of course, they had a police helicopter out there as well. A couple times this dude could have got away. Like if he had, you know, cut the lights, killed the power altogether and just ditched it, he would have been fine. He waited until he got to under the overpass, which was, I understand that, because he's thinking, well, you know, the helicopter can't see me. I understand that, but at the same time, it was just too much going on at that time. Way too much going on at that time. But I've told you guys numerous times that these cars are built for high speeds. They're built for the highway. They're not built for the turning, the stopping and going. I couldn't imagine. Like, even in my Hellcat, one thing I know about my Hellcat is that, like, it's this instant power. So once you make that turn, like, you know, you're merging onto a road or something like that, or turning onto a road, and you've got to gun it real quickly because you're trying to get to the next block. You're trying to get away from the helicopter, away from the cop chasing you. You're getting sideways. You're burning rubber. You're not gripping, right? These cars are not meant for the stop and go, turning, hooking, all that stuff. They're meant to get on a highway and just disappear. This guy never saw a highway. Every street that he saw was one way, two way, heavily congested the entire time. Long story short, him and his buddy, they're gone. The Challenger's gone. This was crazy because, I mean, you know, the helicopter was on him the entire way. And then, of course, LAPD got him at the end. And I guess he hijacked somebody else's car at gunpoint, I'm assuming. And it just so happened to be a 300 5.7 or 300. I don't know if it was a 5.7 or not, but that's just crazy, man. You know, I've told you guys, in situations like this, if you're downtown somewhere and you don't know where the highway is or the freeway, or to get some sort of distance between you, you might as well just take the L. He really should have just taken the L in this case. Now, granted, if he had some sort of warrant out for his arrest or something, you know, on top of speeding or whatever, that could have been a different story. But if you're just getting pulled over for speeding or something stupid, just take the L. You don't want to see, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units surrounding this guy. Guns drawn. He's on the pavement face down. It's not worth it, man. But But it's always been your boy Knockout 360, man. Listen, just take the L, live to see another day. Take the L, take the ticket, and go home. See you in the next one. Peace.